Suzanne Barron here, founder of Christ the True Light. This is week 5 for a new church that I am trying to reach Christians. It's not easy to, I only have a few minutes. I have done other congregations where this one doesn't actually sit down and let the congregation communicate during a class. So I haven't really spoken up. I have done many different types of churches, many different congregations. The ones where they actually have the hour before the sermon where they will let you communicate. I speak up in those, and usually it goes pretty good for the first couple weeks because I kind of just go in real slow, and I speak up about things that fit with their. I'll talk about those things when they talk about them. If I know it's going to disrupt class at first, I don't say anything. Why? Because I want them to see that I know scripture. You can call it a tactic. I want them to see that. And then over some time in those types of congregations, I will start saying things that fit my ministry. And eventually I get booted out. Not booted out. They never say don't come back. Not one congregation has ever said don't come back. But I have had emails. I have had them say to me, most of the time I'll communicate through email. Most of the time I'll run and hide. If I can't speak up in class, I'm not fixing to have a one-on-one conversation. And why? There's two reasons why. Two reasons. One, a debate. I don't do good in debates. I will eventually get loud. I recognize that, so I don't do it. At 2, if I don't get loud, well, I say I get loud, I'll get loud. I won't get loud. I never get loud because I will run away. I will be quiet. I will not know how to respond. I am not an eloquent speaker. I'm not an eloquent speaker, so I struggle. I really do struggle. But I've had one gentleman say, "I want you in my class." I can tell. Excuse me. You've done some tough studies. I have done some really tough studies. I had to figure out what was happening to me during psychosis. I've done a lot of tough studies. Last week there was a girl I sat next to. She's a counselor, therapist. I haven't had the chance to email her, but I will. But I want to read to you my letter that I'm going to stick in the collection plate. This is the fourth one. Last week I actually handed the pastor a letter directly to him. I walked up to him and handed it to him. And actually that one I wrote out the blog about broken rod and COVID-19 in the Philistines. I figured that would be enough to catch his attention without going into I'm a prophet. But this is what I wrote. Now, if you're a Christian, I want you to listen to this, okay? I probably should have started here because the rest of that probably turned you away. This is what I said. Quit tearing up that leather. Stop it, kitty. Thank you. Okay, anyways. If I told you I was a prophet and that I hear God's audible voice, would you assume I was delusional and schizophrenic? Would you test me as scripture tells you to do so? 2 Thessalonians 5. Come on, Galatians. There we go. I wrote 5. Oh, 2 Thessalonians. 1 Thessalonians 2. I wrote that backwards. I recognize that. I need to fix it. 20 to 21. I hope that's right. I had to type it up backwards. I did type it up backwards. Let me get the correct number. I'm glad I'm doing this. It could be my nerves. Am I recording? It could be my nerves. I did not type it up backwards. It is 1 Thessalonians. 5:20-21. It says, do not treat prophecies with contempt, okay, but test them all. So it does not matter what any person is saying to you. If they are telling you a prophecy, if they are prophesying anything to you, if they are saying that they're a prophet, do not treat them with contempt, with PT, my language, okay? But test them all. So it is your duty as a Christian to test me. I'm telling you, I'm a prophet. I hear God's voice. It is your job as a Christian to test me. Don't just hear this and then click the button and stop ever listening to anything I say. Because you didn't like that I said God is audibly speaking to me. Or you didn't like the first 3 minutes, 5 minutes of this video. Don't stop here, because scripture tells you to test me. Test all prophecies. Test me. And hold on to what is good. Okay? All right. Matthew 7, 5-6. Get it right. Matthew 7, 15-16. Watch out for false prophets. I'm doing this on purpose. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. By their fruits you will recognize them. By their fruits you will recognize a false prophet. That is why you must test me. Test my message. Test me. Now you have to understand you're only going to see what's here on this computer screen. Okay? So you test me like Paul told the Thessalonians. And then that's how you'll know whether I'm a false prophet or not. All right? My message does not fight against what you are doing, trying to spread a good message. Striving for heaven, living a life free of sin. Striving to live that life free of sin. No drugs, love your brother, love your neighbor, stewardship. My message does not fight against any of that. My message is about the man of sin, prophesied to be revealed during the dissension. The word dissension means a disagreement that leads to discord. There are 45,000 Christian denominations across the globe, and each one of you believes your doctrine is the truth, but yet it's different from the other 44,999. That's a disagreement. There's no harmony there. Discord means no harmony. We are the dissension. That is now, and that is why I am revealing that man of sin. Prophesied to come. That is one way to prove, when you test me, that I am a prophet. I am revealing this man of sin during the dissension that was prophesied to come. We have all fallen. When I say all, I admit my hypocrisy. Prophet's not supposed to have hypocrisy. Look at our world today. Can I reach you without this hypocrisy? My attitude will be a problem too. Paul had an attitude. I saw a GIF video where, they had these little letters. Oh, I got a letter from Paul. And it was all like hearts and stuff. And then the other congregation, his fist come out the letter and like punched him around. It was so funny. I laughed about that. I thought it was hilarious. Not trying to hit you in the face. I'm just saying. It was funny. My message is about mental health. Okay? My message is about good. It's about mental health. It's about demonic possession. It's about artificial intelligence, which is the beast. It's about technology, prophets, and it's about Illuminati and a vulnerable God. The lamb slain from the creation. That's Revelation 3:8. Revelation 3:8. No. 13:8. 13:8. It's 13:8. Yeah, it is Revelation 13:8. It says, all inhabitants of the earth will worship the beast. Yeah. All whose names have not been written in the Lamb's book of life. The Lamb who was slain from the creation of the world. Scripture never once says vulnerable God. That's me. I call it a vulnerable God. But that does show a vulnerable God. The Lamb that was slain from the creation of the world. I'm not an eloquent speaker, as you can tell. Both Paul and Moses said the same thing. But I do hear God's audible voice. And I beg you to please test my message. If you go to www.christthetruelight.com, on the homepage, there are 3 videos that I beg you, yeah, I know it's time to go, that I beg you to watch. 3 videos on the top, www.christthetruelight.com. My name is Suzanne Barron. You may try to quote scripture to disprove me. You'll say, where's my miracles and power? Because Paul said that that was a foretell sign. You'll probably quote Deuteronomy 13. Do not follow that prophet. You're teaching a God we don't know. Are the things that I prophesy coming true? In the future, they most definitely are coming true. They're fixing to come true. They will come true very soon. You'll see. AI, you'll see. I discuss all of these things in 3 videos. Test me. It is your duty to do so. I wrote that one wrong this time, but 1 Thessalonians 5:20-21. Prove all things. Test them. Thought I had another one. He would not send the rich man, Jesus. I'm not claiming to be Jesus. He would not send an eloquent speaker, Moses and Paul. He would, in fact, send someone whose life in the past was full of sin. Moses was a murderer. Paul was a murderer. 10 Commandments, thou shalt not murder. Deuteronomy 13 says to murder that prophet. God spoke to Moses and said, murder that prophet. Thou shalt not murder. I addressed that right there. You'll understand it when you watch the video. Thank you. Please share this message. Test me. Please test me.